I have a wish list for my ideal hybrid camera, and this topic is on it. Now, while I find the flip out screens super practical for my hybrid shooting needs, there are times when I much prefer the flip up screen, you know, when I shoot events, travel photography, test shots out and about, that sort of stuff. Now, the T100 screen for me was the best of both worlds with no real compromise. Then seeing Sony implement a similar screen on their latest flagship gave me hope. I say latest, they might have changed it by the time this goes up. Anyway, it gave me hope, but since then more cameras have come out and there's no sign of that thing coming back. I don't get it. Personally, I think all hybrid cameras should have a fully articulated screen like the T100 or the Sony a7 IV. The latest round of hybrid cameras seem to disagree with me, so I went back to an old project, let's call it, to find a workable alternative. Importantly, it has to be as discreet as possible, sit on the top of the camera, or at least, you know, central like a normal tilt screen would. That's about it really. The idea is just to be able to frame shots properly. I don't need touch features or anything special, just see what I would normally see on a screen if flipped up like on my T3. Now, after rooting around searching for tiny monitors, I found something, and then I found somebody on YouTube that had done something similar, but there was some key details missing from the equation. But finally I've sorted it. I think I've got the solution. It doesn't work on all my cameras, but it's doing a fine job on my Fujifilm gear. So let's take a quick look. I'll try and be quick anyway. I'm fairly excited about it, kind of. Let's crack on. This then is the most discreet version of the setup, but not the one that I'm necessarily going to end on, because, and I'm not sure how clear it is to you, but everything is reversed because the screen is technically the wrong way around. Unfortunately, I can't set that in a camera, but otherwise, if you get used to it, it's absolutely fine. I mean, you're going the opposite way, but everything works. Let's flick it back into focus. It works exactly as the main screen without the touch functions. Now, battery life, it's already going down a bit. It's supposed to give you 2 hours, but you can just plug in your USB. So when I'm out and about, I can just top it up when I need to. I'm not going to be going 2 hours intensive holiday stuff. And even when I'm testing stuff, you know, it's not too bad. Do you get the idea? Let me just show you what I've been using to just lift it up a bit, which allows me to switch it around. So yeah, let's see how I can do this the prettiest way. Now, I'll just switch it off. It's a very simple switch off on the side. Let's switch that off there. Let's just take that out. That's the actual unit itself. It does come with a nice little case actually, which is pretty cool, because brand new, this, what is a GoPro display monitor, is not that cheap. It's still about £80 on Amazon. I got mine £50 on eBay. But nice little case. Alas, it requires an adapter for me to reach the port, which clearly takes away a bit from the discretion. But once my strap is on, it's no big deal. Now, the cable was rather difficult to find, so I'm going to link to it, but it was this brand on Amazon, Twozoh, micro HDMI male to female. Once you get these two pieces, I don't have a link to this because this I found in my kit as I was trying to work out a solution. That obviously will just slide in. It's just a simple adapter. Now you have to screw it in so that it holds this piece, but obviously you've got to line it up properly, slot it in, and then just screw it down. Now this isn't particularly, it's secure, but it does move a little bit. It's not ideal, but it's fine. And then look how close I mean, look how close the port is to the original cable. So annoying. Potentially you could get a different adapter to get rid of this long piece, but hey, there it is. So sorry about that, it's not very pretty. But now, once you tidy this up, you can hide that behind there a little bit. As you can see, that does wobble a bit. Now we switch on. Not the prettiest video, sorry. There we go. Once you line it up and you get the cable in right, which I've not done, have I? Twist it, there we go. That's better. Once you're in, it's much more convenient because now the screen, you might have to give it just a little flick up just for it to orientate. And now the screen is the correct way around. Now you can use your display button on the back to go through the usual display, and it's absolutely fine. Now it will also play back. It's a little bit stretched, but it's absolutely fine for that. You can't use the touch screen on the back, you know, to enlarge it and anything, but you can obviously use the physical buttons to do the same. So that's absolutely fine. I mean, I just want to walk around like this, shooting, looking down more discreetly. You might want to pop it up a bit every now and then. Once my strap's in place, sort of the sins of the extra bit of cable go away because it's kind of hidden behind there. I think, other than this wobbliness, it's a great solution. Now I'm finding on my Panasonic S5 and G9, it's not such a happy occasion. And I'm going to show you the problem because someone out there might know the answer. This then is my beloved S5. You can see it fits pretty much the same. Again, the original cable almost reaches the port. But look at the screen. The signal is not converting correctly, something like that. I've checked in the settings, no joy so far, but maybe someone has seen this before on a standard field monitor, such as the one I'm using up the top. Playback mode though, absolutely perfect. So annoying. Look at that. It's also taking a while to come back, but yeah. Now for my G9 I had to get an adapter, and that's a lot easier to get, but again the signal is the same as that, so there's no point me showing you how it is with the G9, but I really wanted it because I enjoy this camera too. And this, it's just not as good. We all know it's not as good, but this is super flexible for everything else. So, you know, I'm not hating that screen, but T100 screen, A7R5, I think I left the R out before. Yeah, that's what we want, but that is not ideal. Let me switch back to my preferred setup. Starts up nice and quick. Let's get out of that mode now. Look at that, absolutely fine, other than the little wobble. If you get the cable right, it's a bit more discreet, but remember, when you're out and about shooting, that's pretty much hidden by your hand. Might put some tape across there just to keep it solid. My nice black tape will do that, absolutely no bother. Just piece there to there, that'll just keep it, because when you're, you know, on holiday, things get knocked, you're a lot more relaxed. When I'm testing, it depends where I'm testing really. Yeah, bit of black tape across there, that'll keep that steady, absolutely fine. And now you just flick that back up to get the orientation correct. Not sure if you can see that, but a lot of reflection, sorry. The battery is now on what? Where are you, battery? Can't see the battery because of the Fujifilm display. There we go. 67%. What did we start on it? 84. So with a lot of messing about, it's gone down. Will it last 2 hours? We shall see. But other than this wobbliness, and the fact I had to add the extra bit to get it the right way round, I mean, I could deal with it upside down and reversed in the slightly more discreet mode, but I think that is absolutely fine. Now I know that's very random, but if I can just show you, that's the box for the display mod GoPro. I'll put a link, but I do recommend you looking on eBay and those sort of places. And the cable, I mean, that's the bag it come in, but at least you can see the brand name. And if we find a solution, the adapter for the G9. Yeah, what do you reckon? Do you like, well, it's not my hack, but the hack? Any questions, anything that you want me to test out? I think it's gonna do the job very nicely, and by the time this goes out, I will have used it a lot more.